Hello again, small model collectors. Today we have another batch of 3D prints that I had quite a while ago, but I'm just reviewing them now. These are going to be a bunch of airport related vehicles and a bunch of buses and some structures as well. Okay, this first one here, this is a de-icing truck. It's called a GS700, although I don't know who makes it. I just found some reference material for a GS700, so I thought I'd make it there. This is a classic Range Rover on a US penny. This is 1/400 scale, although on Shapeways there's larger scales available, but they cost more, of course. Okay, another truck. This is my own design. It's a lavatory truck, meaning this thing actually pulls up to the airplane and sucks out all the crud. So it's kind of gross. I hope the driver of that thing makes a lot of money. Okay, and then I made another version with where the nozzle and the platform are in the back. So this one backs into the airplane and does its business. Alright. And then I made a water truck. You know, those things need to have water on them, so that's what that thing is. Okay, let me clear these out. Then I have something I've shown in the other videos, but they're hidden away in some like 1/64 scale stuff. This is called a PlaneMate mobile lounge. So some airports in the past and even maybe today had these things. It's just a giant living room that elevates, and so these people get on this thing, and then it drives out to the airplane, and then it docks with the airplane doors. So it's an interesting way to move about, where nowadays most places just have stairs and then normal buses to take people to and from the terminal, but this literally is a bus that raises and lowers, so I thought that was pretty cool to make. I forget which airport has it though. Alright, so they're quite huge, of course. A mobile lounge. I think NASA also used them. Alright, these next ones are just stairs to get on and off airplanes. That one's pulled by a tractor. This is a self-propelled stairway. This is another self-propelled stairway, and this is a covered one for when it rains. I just looked again at reference material and, decided to make these things because you need stairs to have a good diorama getting in and out of airplanes. Alright. Interesting little device is called a foreign object detection tower. I know this is at, I think, Heathrow Airport. I'm sure many airports have these things, but they scan the surface of the airport for foreign objects because that stuff will destroy planes, if not ruin them. Right, so it's good for safety. It's called a Moog Tarsier. Yeah, I'm gonna guess Moog is the company, but anyways. And a couple boring things. Here's a blast deflection wall. So when an airplane is too close to something, they put these walls up so that jet blast doesn't like melt cars or people behind them. It literally deflects the blast of the jet engines. That's a straight one. And Qantas Airways in Australia has these curved ones, and I thought they were pretty interesting. Very, very funky looking. So you can see the jet blast would hit these panes, and then it would send all the hot air vertically. So you could probably stand right behind it and not die. But if you stood above it, yeah, you'd be fried chicken in no time. Alright, let's move on to some bus stuff now. So I'll just start with a bus station. Let me get back in close on this. It's quite small. It's my own design, but bus stations aren't too complex. It's supposed to have solar panels there on the roof, and then a little schedule thing and some seats and all that. Alright, and so something that might come up to a bunch of these stations is this. This is the world's largest commercial bus. This is called an Autotram Extra Grand, and as you can see, it's a double articulated bus, which is pretty insane. I think it holds over 100 people. I forget, but it's a lot. I've never seen one. I think they're only in Europe. Where would this drive around in Europe? I mean, that thing's... Well, anyways. This is an off-road bus. It's called a Foremost Terra bus, and so this is meant to go on like Antarctic missions and show tourists around like Nordic countries. So interesting again. Let's clear these out because I got a bunch of Gillig buses. So these might also be seen at airports. This is a Gillig low 30 footer, and I think it means low because the step in height is very low. So again, that reminds me of airports. That's a pretty short one, of course. So here's a Gillig low 40 footer. And then here's a Gillig low 40 footer, but CNG powered. So up top there's probably a bunch of pressurized tanks full of compressed natural gas. And that's my Gillig collection. Going a little classic here. We got this guy here. This is a GMC PD3751 bus from decades ago. And then this, well, it's so small you might not recognize it, but this has been in a movie, and that movie was Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, where they jumped the bus and stuff. This bus is called a GMC T6H5307. I can't remember any of my vehicles, guys. I have to look up what these things are, even though I've actually designed these things into miniatures. I can't remember the names of them. I mean, you try to remember thousands of things. It's not easy. Alright, going back to airports, though. This I've never seen in real life, just pictures. This is called an Icarus 695 bus, and this is meant, again, to put people on a bus, but you can see there's stairs here that raise up, and it pulls up to an airplane, and people get on and off the airplane this way. So it's very similar to that mobile lounge, but this one's articulated, of course. Yeah, I thought this was a really interesting one. Now, the original Italian Job movie, awesome movie by the way, Michael Caine, and they had this bus, the getaway bus at the end, and this is called a Harrington Legionnaire. And so in the movie they drove 3 Mini Coopers, classic 60s cars, into the back of this thing after they stole a bunch of gold. Yeah, that was a good movie. Okay. A little more modern. This is called a Nabby 62 BRT, which makes me believe it's 62 feet long. And I don't know what Nabby is. North American Bus International? I don't know. It's an acronym of some sort. But I kind of feel like I've been on a bus like that in real life. Okay. Here's a good old London double-decker bus. With the asymmetric cockpit and stuff. This is called the Route Master. Probably the most famous double-decker bus I can think of in my imagination. Alright. Let's make way for a couple school buses. They're all made by a school bus company called Thomas. This one is the Thomas 140H, so it's a very flat front one. Then we have a Thomas 30-foot school bus. And then a Thomas 40-foot school bus. This is what I remember as a kid, riding around in something like that. Okay, the last two are actually the same model. It's back to airports. And this is called a Van Hool. I'm sure that's the name of the actual bus company. And then the model is the AP2375. So just look at the width of this bus compared to the other ones. So obviously that's not a street legal bus, it's too wide. But on an airport apron, that can carry a lot of people. So that's what's going on. I like it so much I printed it out too. Alright, so that's it for the bus show today. Let me get all these rearranged. Okay, so there we go. We got a little more classic diorama today with some older airplanes. And so you might ask what these are and who made them. So there's a brand called Aero Classics, and they make classic airplanes in 1/400 scale. So this is a Trans-European, which, well, I'm not sure. I think it's a Russian one. It has a Russian flag back there. And it's called an IL-86. Ilyushin is the manufacturer of the actual airplane, and their model is the IL-86. And then also made by Ilyushin, this is an IL-62, but this is, I think, North Korean, because that flag, I don't think that's South Korean. Anyways, so this one is made by Gemini Jets, if you want to look these guys up. So Gemini Jets, Aero Classics. There's a bunch of internet forums and stuff and info on 1/400 die-cast airplanes. They're very nice. The finish quality is usually quite high, at least when you get to the hobby grade stuff, not the stuff you buy at a gift shop. Okay, well, thanks for watching today. Hopefully if you like buses, this is for you. Alright, until then, I'll see you in the next 1/400 video. Bye.